Ici, tous les jours. Dear friends, teachers and colleagues, members of the board, delighted to welcome you all here this evening to the end of our spring term here at Alliance Francaise. As most of you know, I'm preaching to the converted. Our mission here in Cork, and I repeat it again because I see some new faces, and people are always curious because when they come up here to the second floor, we like to think that they enter into a space, it's a little corner of France here in the heart of Cork City, which we're very proud of. And also, Alliance Francaise is here in Cork City since 1947, the oldest language school and cultural centre in the city. We're also very proud of that. And it will be celebrating its 70th birthday on the 14th of October in 2017, 14th of October. And it has a lovely story and history which we'll tell you about during the year of the anniversary. But it opened its doors on that day, 70 years ago, 14th of October, in the Imperial Hotel. And classes began at the Imperial Hotel. So the Imperial Hotel was it was born there, the Alliance Francaise. So we're very, kind of linked with the Imperial Hotel all down through the years. So we'll be doing lots of things like Café Français and all that kind of thing right throughout the year. And of course we'll be hosting one of our biggest ever, hopefully, French Film Festival. It will be the 28th edition. So 70 years of Alliance, 28th of French Film Festival. So we say it's all good, but our mission in Cork is to promote the French language and culture and to foster, above all, Franco-Irish friendly bonds. That's really why we're here. And it's great to see lots of new faces and people that I met at an auction on Sunday. Mary O'Connor, who's been busily photographing you there. We had a huge conversation down in Lotabeg. And I know what I was delighted about yesterday was Leah, one of our teachers. I was surprised that she was down there yesterday morning visiting it, so was I on Sunday evening. Magnificent old house, but I think they made it very romantic in the Irish Times when they told us almost nobody had crossed the threshold since 1939, and of course that made us all so curious, but it was beautiful, really it was romantic, and it was full of beautiful things and objects. But because we're here with you today, we couldn't be at an auction and we couldn't be anywhere else, so maybe we have saved ourselves some money. So tonight is also an occasion to thank all of you, as I said in French earlier, for your support and your confidence in this establishment and your passion for the French language and culture. That's what makes an Alliance Francaise. I suppose that's why it was founded in 1947 by the great and well-known actress and teacher Richard Burroughs, when she gathered that group of 80-odd people together, like-minded people, I suppose, and so the Alliance Francaise was founded. So we're still here carrying the torch. We're the current caretakers, I suppose, if you like. Alicia's a member of the board, Dr. Mary Murphy, Pat O'Dwyer, and 4 others who are not with us this evening. We're the current caretakers, and it's a big responsibility because if an Alliance comes to, let's say, its almost 70th birthday in a city, it has to be doing something really, really special and really right, we hope. And the proof of it is to see the hundreds of students coming here year on year through these doors and many other doors because it had a nomadic existence, but for the last, since 1992, through these doors, to acquaint themselves and study the French language and culture, which is a beautiful language, the language of romance. So it's an occasion to thank all of you for that because, again, you are the people who keep us going. We wouldn't be here if you weren't here. And again, we pride ourselves in having an excellent team of French tutors, native French speakers. We have, 9 in all here at the moment. Wonderful teachers whom we're very, very proud of. They're all with us this evening, hopefully. I think I see Leonie down there in the back as well. So I'd like to say special thanks to our tutors because our tutors are the people who deliver for us here at the Alliance Francaise. And if you're not happy, then you're not going to come back. But you keep coming back and back and back, and that's a huge tribute. And I know coming up to the end of term, you see some very nice little parties. The teachers are having parties in different rooms with their students, and they've developed a bond with those students, and that's lovely to hear. And messages coming through to say how wonderful the teaching is here, the standard of the teaching, the quality of the teaching, and that's a huge tribute to the entire teaching team. And I want to say a special thanks as President on behalf of all of us on the board for that excellence and continuing that, because we consider we are the best language school in the city, but we have to work hard to be up there on top and keep being the best. I also like to thank my colleagues on the board who are very supportive to me, because, you know, it's a voluntary organisation, charitable status, run by a voluntary board, managed by a voluntary board, and there's a lot of work to keep this place, you know, fit for purpose, to keep the classrooms in order, to make sure the schedules are all in order, and, you know, the day-to-day running of this place, and also the cultural side of it, which is a huge area as well, and particularly the French Film Festival, which is a huge undertaking for an organisation of our size. But we then are very much supported by the Arts Council and Cork City Council. So now it brings me to thanking my two colleagues here beside me, to thanking Emily Noble, our new administrator and course coordinator. And Emily, like many people coming in here, she hit the ground running in January, because Niamh, whom you're all very, very fond of, sadly left us to pursue her PhD in UCC, and she saw a window, she saw an opportunity, and of course life has to go on, and she grabbed that. And we were very fortunate to find Emily Noble in search of a job. And Emily has been, you know, travelling extensively in the States and in London. She is not quite a Cork girl, but she's an adopted Cork girl now. Did her studies in UCC, and we're delighted to have her here. And she's been doing a splendid job in that short time. What is it, 5 months, Emily? 5 months. And, you know, I'd say she came in, didn't know what to expect, and suddenly, because it's a multitasking place in here, all of us, including myself, you know, you find yourself dealing with the teachers one moment, an artist comes through the door another moment, and if there's nobody else there, Emily has to deal with that. If Marina's on a break or whatever, and that brings me to Marina, who is with us from Italy. So we're kind of cosmopolitan as well, because there's Irish, there's French, and there's Italian for the moment, and maybe others as well, not sure, here in the past. Germans, we've had a lot of German interns as well. So Marina joined the team last May, almost a year ago, and Marina is cultural coordinator and French Film Festival coordinator, and she and I work very closely together, and she's an extraordinarily talented girl, doing wonderful work as well. So you have, in a small space, it's not a big alliance, I suppose the classrooms take up most of it, you have Marina and Emily and our two wonderful interns in the same office, and mine just in there, and the rest of the space is for the teachers. And this brings me to our two wonderful interns, Marie Thévenon and Claire Lourdel. Claire is from Lille and Marie is from Caen. And Marie will be with us for much longer, Claire will be with us until the end of July. And they are absolutely wonderful. They're accredited as interns. They have really taken to the whole, let's say, culture of Cork and culture of the Alliance here. They weren't here for the festival, but they joined shortly after. Marie does a lot of teaching, and she's excellent at that. Claire is very much drawn towards the cultural side and studying and shadowing us on the cultural side of the Alliance. She loves the idea of the exhibitions. And tomorrow evening we'll be having Tom McCarthy, our poet, here to give us a wonderful talk, as he always does. And our two interns parents are very interested in following. We had Dermot O'Gohan a couple of weeks ago. Some very interesting talks, and so it's lovely for the girls to have this opportunity and to chat with these writers, chat with these poets, meet these artists, meet all of us here, and enjoy their stay and experience here at Alliance. So this evening we're going to screen Le Très Beau Film Dior and I by Frédéric Ching. And it's a documentary featuring one of France's mythical haute couture fashion houses. It's a beautiful, beautiful film, say I, who haven't seen it yet, because I introduced it in the gate, so about 5 minutes, which is the most tantalising thing to do, and then leave and go off to another venue. But it is, they tell me, Grace Neville was in the audience that evening, and she said, Nora, it's an absolutely beautiful film. So we have especially here this evening a private screening for all of you students and those of you. It's a pity for those who couldn't make it, but as a thank you, you know, we had it in the festival, and we thought last year we brought something from the festival, and this year we'll bring something again from the festival. So enjoy Dior and I. Pardon? Oh yes, the exhibition. Yes, thank you, Marina. It's good to have a cultural coordinator standing beside you. And she's a wonderful one, as I said. But yes, she said, don't forget to mention the exhibition, and thank you for that, because this was opened last Wednesday. It's a bit crowded now to see it, but it's the work of Dermot Brown. And there's also a lovely story attached to that, because Dermot Brown was the very first artist in this gallery of ours. And this gallery of ours was, if you like, a huge big foyer of a school 18, 19 years ago. And Peter Murray and Charlie Hennessy, the late Charlie Hennessy, came and said, we are desperate for gallery space in the city. Do you think you can help? So Peter had a good look around, and he said, well, we can fabricate walls, we can take away. So all of these are fabricated walls, and over here what you see. And so 3 weeks later, we had a little art gallery, albeit non-commercial art gallery. Again, a launching pad for students exhibiting for the first time, coming out of the Crowfoot College of Art and Design, students and artists from France, and you know, quite famous artists from time to time as well. We've had some wonderful people here in this gallery. We've had some wonderful time, some wonderful fun. But Dermot was our very first artist in the gallery, and it was the late Charlie Hennessy who we invited to open that exhibition. And Charlie Hennessy bought this painting, this blue and black here, all of the 18 years ago, and it's borrowed from his office in O'Donovan's. And here is Charlie's portrait, done by a Monkstown man, John Cunningham. So we had a very nostalgic evening here last Wednesday, reminiscing about Charlie. And one could, I'm not going to go there, because you could talk about Charlie for a year. He was so much part of the cultural life of this city. So yes, it's a beautiful exhibition, beautiful work, and an extremely talented artist. So have an opportunity to look around it, you know, before the screening, after the screening, whenever. All I have to say is nous espérons vous voir à la prochaine rentrée. Merci infiniment. It might be nice, since Emily has just joined us, for her to say a few words from the teaching side and from the school side of the Alliance.
Well, I suppose, yes, I just joined in January, and it's, as Nora said, it was hit the ground running type of job, but it's been really fantastic. I feel really proud and excited to work as part of such an amazing team, especially in the office, working with Nora and Marina and the interns. The teaching staff here are fantastic. They work so hard, and the students keep coming back. All of you, term and term again, because of these amazing teachers that we have. That's really great for us. It's just really nice to be part of this entire organisation, and I suppose I hope to see you all again in September for the next rentrée. So thank you.
So we're going to screen Dioridai in Amiens. You all know Amiens because it's the most suitable, and we have the screen there as well. But do enjoy another glass of wine, another glass of whatever, and some food before you come down. Enjoy the evening.
That was, what's his name?
Your designs from more,